Thank you very much, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tremendous honor for me to deliver this tribute to the 2024 Distinguished CES Fellow, Professor Pinelopi Goldberg. Fortunately, this task is not only an honor, but is also a pleasure for me, because I might well be Penny's biggest fan. Congratulations, Penny, on this richly deserved recognition. You now join a prestigious group of economists, a quarter of whom have gone on to win the Nobel Prize. I cannot think of anyone more fitting to join their ranks. If you ask me, who do you want to be like? My answer is simple. I want to be like Penny. She embodies three remarkable qualities that inspire admiration and respect in equal measure. First, she's profoundly kind, with not a shred of arrogance. Second, she works on questions that matter, advancing not only academic understanding, but also practical policy. And third, she's simply excellent, in every sense of the word, with an outstanding track record in both academia and policy. Let me begin with her kindness. I first met Penny when I was a postdoc at Princeton University. I gave a mock job talk that, frankly, was a disaster. But Penny came up to me afterwards and said, "It was close." And that small bit of encouragement gave me the push I needed to do better. And I did. My next talk at Columbia University went much better, and it helped launch my career. Penny's words stayed with me, not just because of their kindness, but also because they reflected her generosity and genuine desire to see others succeed. Her kindness is matched by her genuine commitment to making a difference, which brings me to my second point. Penny works on questions that matters. She focuses on issues that are not just academically intriguing, but also critical to addressing real-world challenges. From exploring how trade fosters development to examining the structural and policy-driven changes reshaping globalization, Penny's work provides insights that are essential for tackling some of the most pressing economic and societal issues of our time. Take her work on trade liberalization in India, where she demonstrated how tariff reductions on intermediate goods led to dramatic cost savings for firms. These savings, in turn, spurred innovation and generated significant welfare gains. But Penny's research went further, uncovering that these gains were not evenly distributed. Firms saw their profits rise, but consumers did not always benefit from lower prices. This nuanced understanding of how trade policy plays out in the real world is a hallmark of her work. Or consider her research on trade-related intellectual property rights. In a landmark study, she explored how harmonizing intellectual property standards across developed and developing economies could limit access to new drugs in poorer countries, raising important questions about the trade-offs involved. This research has informed one of the most contentious policy debates in international trade, demonstrating her ability to engage with complex and impactful issues. Penny's work on trade and inequality has been equally influential. In studies on Latin America, she documented how trade reforms impacted income distribution and poverty, providing critical insights into the mechanisms through which globalization affects developing economies. Her research has profoundly shaped how we understand the interplay between trade and development. Her contributions go beyond specific topics. They also extend to how we approach economic questions. In her econometrica paper on the US automobile industry, Penny pioneered the use of micro-level consumer data to estimate industry equilibrium models. This work transformed how we study pricing to market, exchange rate pass-through, and international price discrimination. It showed us that trade is not just about the flow of goods, it is about the deeply interwoven decisions of firms and consumers across borders. This brings me to my third point. Penny is simply excellent. She has climbed to the very top of both academia and policy, a rare achievement that underscores her unique ability to bridge these worlds. As editor-in-chief of the American Economic Review, the profession's top journal, she set new standards for excellence while fostering inclusivity and relevance. As chief economist of the World Bank, she held one of the most prestigious policy positions available to academic economists, applying her expertise to global development challenges. This combination of kindness, relevance, and excellence makes Penny the kind of economist we need in these turbulent times. And I have to be honest, when I attend academic conferences these days, I find myself wishing for more colleagues like her. At the WTO, I'm confronted every day with the profound challenges facing globalization. Yet, at academic conferences, I sometimes feel that the urgency of the situation is not fully reflected in the discussions. Academic trade economists have a vital role to play in rising to the occasion and contributing their insights to the crucial policy debate about the future of globalization that is unfolding right now. These challenges stem from a deeper issue. The narrative around globalization has fundamentally shifted. It is not that people have forgotten about the efficiency gains from trade. Those are well understood. Instead, an increasing number of voices now see trade as part of the problem when it comes to addressing the major challenges of our time: maintaining peace and security, reducing poverty and inequality, and achieving a sustainable economy. At the WTO, we're making the case that trade is not the problem. It is an important part of the solution when paired with the right policies. Academic economists can play a critical role in helping us make this case, showing how trade can support security, inclusiveness, and sustainability in a changing world. Take trade and inclusiveness as an example. There's a rich literature studying the effects of China's growth on labor markets in industrialized countries, particularly in the United States. It is a valuable body of work showing that the losses from trade are not evenly distributed, but are often highly concentrated. Yet, one area that remains understudied is how trade enabled China's growth in the first place, lifting hundreds of millions of people out of poverty and providing hope to developing economies worldwide that it is possible to escape poverty through trade-led growth. The conversation has narrowed to a trade is the problem perspective, overlooking the trade as part of the solution element. We have tried to address this imbalance in our most recent World Trade Report. Since the WTO was established 30 years ago, income gaps between economies have narrowed significantly, the first time since the Industrial Revolution. From 1995 onward, per capita incomes in low and middle income economies nearly tripled, while global per capita income grew by about 65%. Our research suggests that up to 1/3 of this income convergence can be attributed to reduced trade costs, facilitated in part by international cooperation through the WTO. However, too many economies remain left behind, which means we need new approaches to foster trade-led development and ensure that trade works for all. This brings me to Penny's lecture today on the changing nature of globalization and its implications for development. It could not be more timely. As globalization evolves, driven by structural shifts such as automation, artificial intelligence, and climate change, as well as policy shifts like geopolitical fragmentation and the resurgence of industrial policy, the implications for economic development are profound. Penny will explore the new channels through which trade affects development, paying special attention to market failures that disproportionately affect low and middle income economies. I'm confident her lecture will offer invaluable insights into how we can navigate this new phase of globalization. Penny's ability to bridge rigorous research with real-world impacts makes her the ideal person to help us understand not just the challenges, but also the opportunities ahead. Congratulations again, Penny, on this well-deserved honor, and thank you for continuing to inspire and to lead.
Okay, now this is the prize handover ceremony. It's the most complicated part of the evening. I'm going to read this to you now, then we will have a photo. Okay, let's try. So the Center for Economic Studies of the Ludwig-Maximilians-Universität München proudly honors, after selection by the CES Council, Professor Pinelopi Goldberg, Professor of Economics and Global Affairs, Yale University, as the Distinguished CES Fellow 2024. With this award, CES honors Pinelopi Goldberg's significant contributions to the economics of international trade and development and invites her to give the Munich lecture in Economics 2024. Congratulations. There are flowers. I'm afraid we'll have to carry the flowers for a moment, if that's okay. And we do a photo. I will hold this, or maybe David, you can hold this. Ralph, we just, our job is, shall we move over a little, or? Great, wonderful, thank you. I can take those from you.
Yes, I'll take it downstairs. Okay.